Hi guys, I am on my way this morning to go and have a facial because we are starting with bridal skincare. So the bridal skincare routine is taking full effect today. As you know, I absolutely love skincare products and I'm a firm believer in making sure that your skin is in the absolute best condition that it can possibly be in. And today I'm going for my first facial leading up to the wedding, so we still have 8 months, so we're planning out like a training program but for your skin. And I'm going to be starting off with a pigmentation facial, which I'm hoping that they can explain a little bit more because I don't know in depth. So I'm going to be at the Skin Renewal clinic, which is a fantastic aesthetic skin clinic, and I'm very excited to be trying it out for the very first time. So I'm going to be documenting the whole process, and then we can see stage by stage how my skin's looking and the progress that it's making leading up until the wedding, so that I can be the blushing bride that everybody wants to be on their wedding day. Peel. Is there any particular grade of this chemical peel?
Yeah, so we're doing a glycolic 20%, which is very light, one of our lightest peels, and its main ingredients is glycolic acid, and it's literally just to remove the dead skin cells and to make the product you use penetrate deeper. So it will sting for about 3 minutes, and then I will neutralize it, and then your skin will feel silky smooth.
So this one, there's no downtime with this one?
No downtime. You won't flake, you won't peel at all. You might go slightly red.
Yeah,
but
probably
that's
will. I'm already a pink person. Oh wow, I look I'm not quite sure how I look. So this is now the chemicals working, taking off dead skin cells. And then the areas that are red are those ones that were
more sensitive.
Okay, so
yeah,
not more effective in those areas.
No.
Okay, so you can see a lot of my chin. Is there any specific reason why some areas are more sensitive?
Definitely people are more sensitive around the nose area, top lip and chin. The only reason because they blow a lot, especially in winter. And even if you just squeeze out a blackhead around your nose, it's very sensitive. So that's just generally a sensitive area.
And hormones, does that play a role?
Definitely. If you're close to your cycle, on your cycle, or just past, you'll be much more sensitive. So you'll experience pain a lot more. How's it feeling?
No, it feels good.
No more tingling?
Fine. Yeah, it feels perfect.
It's applying a serum, so it's a combination of hyaluronic acid, which helps with dryness. And then it's all from Lamel, the serums. And then the other serum is Skin Rejuvenating Serum, which is purely anti-aging. And then we'll massage it in with Transderm. So it has a prickly sensation, which is just the current. And it just penetrates the active ingredients inside the serum to go deeper into the skin.
So this mask is called?
Alginate.
And this is the hydrating.
Yes, soothing, hydration, and giving you a glow.
Wonderful.
And that's how it looks.
You now have a mask of my face.
Yeah.
Wow, it does a great job in soothing the skin straight after the treatment.
And hydrating.
So it's taken away the bulk of the redness. Wow. So we both had facial experiences today. So I had my facial and I haven't put any makeup on my face since then. If you want to see my face up close, that's what it's looking like right now, but I'm super happy with it. It feels like it's so nourished, and yeah, very, very, very impressed. I went and saw Renee, by the way. That was who was speaking in the clips, and she was phenomenal. She's so full of information about skincare, and it's just so impressive. It's nice to be in hands of very well educated people. So what have you had done today?
Botox.
I
also have no makeup on. This is like atrocious. But
yeah, so we're both looking a little bit creepy.
A little, yeah. Yeah, and I are both so pale that like the redness in our skin just comes out. Like you can't help it. I almost feel like I look actually a bit more pale than you. I'm like the thing you kept in the dungeon for a couple of months that hasn't seen the light of day. But anyway, so the past couple of months, Leanne and I have really gotten into skincare because Leanne's getting married, and because I've had really bad skin majority of my life. I had like really, really bad cystic acne when I was in high school, or for probably started in at the end of primary school and progressively got worse. I managed to get that under control after school, probably took about 1 to 2 years after school, and I managed to get that under control. But there's still unfortunately tons of hyperpigmentation and scarring that is very, very difficult to treat, despite like many chemical peels and this and that. You really have to knock your skincare hard when it comes to correcting things like that. So if you have good skin, I mean, I'm so happy for you, and you need to look after it, because this is just, it's a lot. But yeah, I've noticed fine lines and stuff that was starting to bug me, and when I did my makeup, it was like my makeup sunk further into the wrinkle, and it almost became more obvious that I had fine lines when I was wearing makeup as opposed to when I wasn't, despite the best primers and everything. Like I'm good at doing my makeup.
Yeah, you're very good.
But it still happens.
So I have to say that I've also had Botox. I had it very recently. I had just my crow's feet done, and I had that done in beginning of April, and so I've only had it done once, but I wanted to test it out and see whether I would recommend it or whether I wouldn't recommend it. So I didn't vlog any of that because I just wanted to, you know, experiment and see what it was like. So now that I've had it, and I absolutely loved the results. I loved the doctor that I went to, and so then I recommended that Jasmine goes and tries him. So that's where you went today.
Very happy. He's lovely.
He is lovely. So maybe at some point in time I should ask him if he'd be happy to make an appearance here, and then perhaps he can take you through the whole like medical whatever he's doing, and I can get it on camera if that's something that you would like, or if that's,
because listen, medical grade skincare is what like I'm into. I've like fallen in love with skincare to the point where it's almost becoming a hobby. Like I love it. I love derma rollers, microneedling, laser, skin peels. I think it's like amazing what it can do for your skin. But medical grade skincare is in a category all its own. This isn't completely in what you buy at the shops. This is hardcore stuff. And I think, especially if you're treating your skin, you really need the best people with the most experience, because I mean, we know things can go bad. I mean, quickly. Everybody's watched Botched. Everyone's concerned about that. Like, everybody doesn't want to look like a cartoon character at the end of the day. So I think that's everybody's fear. I know it was my fear, and that's why I just kept it on a very low profile when I first went, because I thought, you know what, this can go one of two ways. Yeah. I can either love it or I can either hate it. And it was so natural that none of my friends even knew about it, and they didn't notice anything. So that was the result that I was looking for. I was looking for the result where I know that I've made an improvement, but it's not such a everyone else just thinks, oh, you look pretty. Yeah, they're not like paying close enough attention to actually realize why you're looking good. But the thing that really struck me, and now I've been monitoring it for a decent chunk of time, I mean, by doing like vlogs and
blogging and all of that, you're used to seeing yourself a lot closer than most people are used to seeing themselves. And you know, you scrutinize yourself because you can see the changes happening. And I've been blogging since the end of 2011, so it's been a long duration of time, and I could see the lines forming over time. So eventually the thing that really struck the chord was actually one of my most recent vlogs, my wedding planning update, but I've been filming that over a 6-month period, so I could also see there the changes. Now if you go back and watch that video, at the beginning of the video when Jasmine and I went to that Mr. and Mrs. Bridal Expo, there you could see my fine lines were all over the show. They were so bad. And then at the end of the vlog, that was after
faces are cracking.
Yeah, it was terrible. Listen guys, I'm nearly 30, okay, so
I'm not, but she looks better than me.
So yeah, I just noticed there. But now if you watch that video, knowing what you know now, you will see that at the end of the video I actually look better than I did at the beginning, which is hilarious, but so it goes. But I think that also goes to show you that you need to do this as almost a preventative measure, and you need to take your skincare seriously.
That's also what I've always told Leanne, is that to do little bit by little bit as you go, and start earlier, but just do things in small increments, versus some people, and I think this is where Botox or filler or whatever the case may be goes wrong, is people hit like 40, 45, or even some people before they get married are too far gone, and now they try and do a complete overhaul of their face, and the effects just don't look the same as if you started earlier and did it bit by bit,
because then it's almost maintenance.
You know, and actually the doctor that we've seen said the very same thing. He's like, it's better to start and go slowly than try and pull back 10 years on your face that you've just been abusing your skin,
because then
it will never look the same.
You won't look the same. You'll look like a different person because you've had so much done. So rather just do like little bit. And like I mentioned, I just had my crow's feet done, and I was really happy with the crow's feet.
It looked so good.
Thank you. It is wearing off at the moment, but we've planned out, we've plotted out nice. My skincare plan leading up until the wedding. So we just realized that I was going to have to like just lengthen the period in between at some point in time. So I thought rather do it now than later, because later we're going to have lots of stuff going on at the end of the year, you know.
So she can get the best results before the wedding.
Yeah, because you want to be the blushing bride, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you had...
And I don't want to be the ugly stepsister.
You're never going to be the ugly stepsister. For starters, you're not the stepsister, and secondly, you're much prettier than I am. So there we are. Do you want to say where you had done today?
Yeah, so I know the doctor that Leanne saw is fantastic, and I trust him. And I think if you go to someone who has tons of experience, who's looked at so many faces and treated so many people, they really know what to look for. So I went in concerned about my crow's feet, but also I've got fine lines on my forehead that just don't seem to be going away. Like, I've been using hyaluronic acid serum for a long time, which is known for plumping and smoothing out fine lines, but it just hasn't been doing the trick. And I have a derma roller and the whole 9 yards. I even have one of those LED masks. Maybe we should show them that. That thing's
I
cool.
think we should.
It looks bizarre, but
she's
it's
very
fantastic.
serious. She's like,
oh no, I
not
love
mucking about.
skincare. This is no
she's
joke.
Not mucking about.
So he looked at my face, and I wanted to get his input. What does he think? And I do trust him. I don't think he's one of these people that's out to make a buck.
Yeah, that's like, for sure.
Oh, let's do everything from top to bottom. He's like, no, look at this, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
So we did crow's feet a little bit. It's just like 1 unit in each spot. He did like 3 here, zap, zap, zap. And then we did high up on my forehead. So what he was saying was, if you go too low above the eyebrows, over time as your Botox weakens, you can get your eyelids get like droopy and your eyebrows.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
And we don't want that. And mine aren't that severe that we need to go really intense.
Yeah.
So we did injections higher up that are just going to be able to smooth out those lines that I'm worried about. As I say, I was finding like when I did my makeup, no matter what primer I was using, at that point I was like, I need poly filler on my face.
No, but
to fill this
with
in.
me, because the foundation was fine, but the moment I put concealer on, it was a game over.
You can bake yourself to death. Those lines are just there.
Yeah, so I think personally it was a great thing for me to have done, because it's a preventative thing. The longer I left those lines, the deeper they were going to line my face, and then you have a problem. So I think I actually just nipped it in the bud, because had I left it just a little bit too longer, maybe a year, 2 years, I think I would have had a problem. But now I've been able to erase them completely. So,
and I think this, in combination with like doing your chemical peels, which take off those superficial layers of your skin, it doesn't treat deep scarring, which is my issue. My sister doesn't suffer from that, but I have horrible scarring from years and years and years ago. But all of these things in combination do make a huge difference. So I am a skincare advocate.
Yeah, and I think we've also realized earlier enough on that you need to mask, you need to wear SPF, you don't leave the house unless you've got
especially
SPF
when you're
on.
as pale as this.
Yeah, and even if you're not, you know.
No, even if you're not, totally.
Yes. I mean, the fact
sun
that
damage, what it does to your face.
So I sit in traffic.
The sun is the devil.
So I know that the side of my face takes an absolute beating, and not just my face, my hands as well, coming through the windscreen. And then another thing that you've got to be concerned about is my profession, not yours, but I spend all my time in front of a computer screen. So you've got that artificial light pounding your face all day long too, and that's not great for your skin either. So SPF, UVA and UVB has always been a big thing for me. And
I mean, any good SPF should have UVA and UVB.
Yeah, the new ones definitely. So here are my like non-negotiables. So for the morning, I must just mention as well that I'm still using Dove on my face day and night. I absolutely love it. It is all I need. My skin loves it. I'm so happy with that. So like my skincare routine is not like super expensive. It's what works. So I've got my Dove soap bar. You said you're also using that.
Yes.
Okay.
Love Dove.
So my Dove, and then sometimes, I mean, it depends whether it's in my cupboard or not. I'll go in the morning for a vitamin C serum, but that's not one of my like absolute must-haves.
Vitamin C is really good for pigmentation. So in my case, as well, scarring and dark marks, it tends to lighten that over time.
So if I have it, I'll use it. But yeah, to me, the Dove soap is critical. Then SPF is non-negotiable, and then in the evenings I'll go ahead and I'll wash my face again, and then I'll use a moisturizer. But before the moisturizer, another non-negotiable that I have is retinol. So I've been using Skinceuticals Retinol since November last year. It was November last year, and yeah, it's a pricey product. However, I've been using the same tube for since then. I've only used one tube and haven't even finished it yet. So if you go back into my Vlogmas videos, you'll see that I started using it there. And
so I also read something the other day that said you should start using retinol from the age of 25 at least. I'm 24. I placed an order for my retinol today. Yay! Yes, she's coming in the mail. So I'm excited to start using that as well. Retinol is really good for fine lines. Yeah. And keeping them at bay. So
the fine lines is great. I just like that. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's amazing. It's really nice. You do need to be careful with it. I was chatting to Jasmine a little bit about the earliest time that I used it, and I actually applied too much, and that can actually burn your skin. So you need to use it, you need to know what you're doing,
and the concentration. So most retinol comes in like decimal concentrations, or you can go up to like a 3%, even a 5%. So just to know the concentration of product that you are actually using.
So the one that I use is the Skinceuticals 0.3, I believe. And
so the one I ordered is a 3%.
So I'm actually a little bit nervous about you using that. Like,
so what we were advised to do when I get my 3% is to use it, maybe start off gently with only 3 times a week applying it, and then every second day, and you go up in small increments. But the fact that Leanne started on a lower concentration is probably the best way to do it. But she's been using it for a long time. I feel like if you wanted to go up a concentration, it'd be okay.
The only reason I haven't is because that one little bottle
isn't finished, which is great.
So
but this is the thing about medical grade skincare. I feel like if you invest in good quality products, you only need a little bit of it, and you do get results. It's very different to spending like tons of money on some lotion, potion, pot, something.
Yeah, that you're going to use up in 2 months.
That they say it takes 18 months to even make a difference. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't.
So that's generally what happens is you use your face cream within 2 or 3 months, whereas this little thing is as expensive as it was, has lasted me double that length. So I would have ended up spending the same amounts anyway. So I mean, if you do the cost calculation, you realize very quickly that
it's a better
where your money
choice.
is going. You know, you need to pick value over anything else, really, when it comes to your skin. Anyway, so that is why we are both barefaced today.
Horrendous.
We promise not to bombard you with too many bland faces, but
I hope your retina is still intact.
yeah, so let us know if you'd like us to do more of this, because I think that's something that we could do actually.
I love skincare, you guys. It's the best. I love it.
This is right up your alley. And like I said, with my skincare plan with the Skin Renewal Institute, we've plotted that out. We know what we're doing, what we're planning going forward. So I've booked something for every month leading up until the wedding, so that's very, very exciting. The one thing that I'm so nervous of is doing a chemical peel with downtime. So today's chemical peel, you can see there's no downtime. My skin is just perfect. But yeah, there's one that's 5 days downtime, and I'm a little bit worried about that, particularly with work and, you know, what do you do, you know. So anyway, but Renee was telling me today that the effects are 100% worth it. She says, you know, your whole face peels off, but
essentially all those superficial layers just come straight off, but it reveals that nice baby skin that hasn't seen the light of day, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but I'll be documenting the whole process. Then if you have any questions or you'd like to see anything in depth, I mean, we don't have any products, we've got tea in front of us, we don't have any actual products to show you, but that is definitely something that we can do. We can also show you how we apply the products, so let us know if that's something that you'd be interested in.
And my LED mask, that thing's dope. So cool. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It's the craziest. You look like an astronaut, but
do you feel like an astronaut?
No, I get so relaxed when I put it on. 90% of the time I fall asleep. And you aren't supposed to keep your eyes open and do an activity like read a book or watch TV when you're doing a treatment with it, because the LED can damage your eyes. So you close your eyes and you put eye pads on and you just chill out for like 20 minutes, and it's so nice. I'll literally fall asleep most of the time.
But it's on a timer, so it switches off.
It is on a timer, so you can set it for how long you want. I usually do 20-minute sessions.
Okay. So, leading up into the wedding, hopefully we're going to be looking absolutely fantastic in the facial region.
Please, Jesus.
Yeah. And then we could also discuss like makeup or whatever else you wanted, but skincare, I think that
skincare is the foundation.
Skincare,
like I mean, you can do the most amazing makeup, but if your skin looks like hell,
there's not much you can do.
Yeah, you're gonna need deliverance to fix that face.
It is true. It's been a lot of fun prepping, and now we're going to get started.
It's time.
It's time.